So Marathon's a few days away, and honestly, I'm worried. For the longest time now, I haven't been able to get the same level of satisfaction from the games I'm playing right now, like Arc Raiders or Valorant. Don't get me wrong, they're still fun, but games from Bungie just have a certain feel to them, you know? Growing up, the lore from their games was enough to keep me hooked. Not even talking about the gameplay. But after the Halo departure, it felt more like a toxic relationship. This Bungie isn't the Bungie I grew up with. It's a Bungie that's more concerned about delivering flair than delivering substance. I'm worried that all the information we've been getting, from the Vidoc to the trailers to all the little shorts that they're putting up on their YouTube channel right now, I'm worried that it's all kind of acting as a smokescreen to buy themselves time and more likely fans to support the game at launch so that they can keep building it afterwards. It's a whole thing with Bungie, bear with me. Marathon is following a very typical Bungie pattern. The game is going through some development issues, Bungie sees a problem, has to go in and fix it last minute, they start crunching, and it just gets messy. Destiny had the same thing happen. It's 2014. Years have passed since they departed from Halo, and everyone's excited. You know, there's the E3 preview for Destiny, there's a bunch of trailers coming out, you know, the beta happened, and then the game's full release comes around and it's kind of just lackluster. At release, the game felt like there was a lot missing from it. Turns out development issues and story cuts led to the kind of B story we ended up getting. They had a bunch of like interesting little bits and pieces, but that's kind of all it was. It was incomplete. I remember back in the day when I first played Destiny, it was such a hassle to upgrade your weapons, or when you would turn in some legendary engrams or God forbid an exotic, and it would just degrade itself at Rahul. The game was clearly masking for its lack of content, trying to kind of make processes a lot harder than they had to be. So how is Marathon following in those footsteps? Well, just look at the alpha test.
CyberArk wishes you error-free operations.
You ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business. The alpha test was abysmal. Like, straight poop from the drain. Icky looking visuals, no voice chat, no solo mode, stolen art. This was resolved, so I'm not really gonna get into that, but yikes. Everybody was ripping this game to shreds. Only saving grace was the gunplay. As always, it's pretty solid. Other than that, dog water, booty cheeks. From a studio like this, it was just, what the hell? From someone who loved the atmosphere of Halo and Destiny, like, it just looked so, ugh. I'm using a lot of like not words, just like, ugh. I think it works. I think you get the message. But then, in typical Bungie fashion, they dropped a killer Vidoc. So, everything's okay now, right? Right?
No, make them stop!
So we've got lore, we've got factions, way better atmosphere, like graphics in general, we got prox chat, we got solo mode, killer music, and they're even implementing like a raid into the game, which for an extraction shooter is kind of crazy. And they won't stop teasing us constantly with all these little mini drops on their YouTube. Bungie is putting in so much work to repair this game's reputation, and frankly, it's working. All of the issues players had during the alpha, Bungie is making it a point to go and really directly fix every single one. And the consensus online is pretty positive, and it's improving every day. People really are listening to a peanut and doing a complete 180, talking shit one moment, but the moment he says something good, everything's fine now. It's all good. All the runners have their own unique looks and special abilities, and you can customize all of them. Bunch of mods, just everything. And I'm pretty sure they're dropping skins for the shells too, like just to add to the customization. For sure for the guns, they're adding charms and emblems, which I've always loved about Bungie games. They're also doing a bit of like an ARG thing, which they dropped a few actually over the course of this game's like pre-release and everything. But this time it's like an evaluation, so I went in and I did it, and I'm a, death cult homie, so all my arachnids stand up and mess some shit up, But overall, I'm just really impressed with all the effort that Bungie's putting in, because I really feel like this game's gonna be a huge hit. But no, you see, this is how they get you. This is how they always do it, with hype. So far, we're just seeing everything that Bungie wants us to see. They're masters at making their games look amazing. But a few times now, they hype everything up with great trailers and the release just sucks. What if we drop in and it's just the same fetch quest copy pasted across all the factions, all the events that they keep hyping up to be in-game, kind of like Patrols for Destiny? Patrols for Destiny are kind of repetitive. They just are the same thing in different areas. What if the gunplay is unbalanced? What if they just don't know how to fix it? You know, kind of like how Destiny PvP turned out. None of what we've been shown really guarantees that this game is gonna have any longevity. And so far, Bungie kind of has proven that they're not really good with the whole live service situation. It's really just a roller coaster ride. And yeah, I'm sure the preview weekend is gonna be a ton of fun, and I'm gonna play the crap out of it. But again, I am terrified that it's just gonna be a dud. Fun for the first few days, and then you realize there's nothing really to it. Launch will probably be good, but what follows is what's gonna define this game. My point in saying all this is that this isn't very new for Bungie. They've always done this. Halo 2 is one of the most legendary games talked about for its hellish production. But again, despite all that, their games are legendary, which made them legendary. There was a passion, there was a soul, you know, they had that magic to it. But lately, it just seems like they've lost their touch. I remember a time when the biggest controversy for Bungie Studios was how much bloom was in Halo Reach or the armor lock, right? Now when I hear Bungie, I just worry. And despite what it sounds like, I'm trying to be hopeful. There's a feeling you get when you know a game is special.
I thought I'd lost you too.
It sticks with you even after you log off for the day. That feeling you had, the immersion, it just keeps pulling you back in. Even when you're not playing the game, you want to know more to experience what it's like taking part in that world. This is what Bungie's games can do.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
I grew up on Halo. It wasn't just fun playing those games. It felt like you were a part of something. The campaign, the multiplayer, the machinimas, the extended lore, the custom game lobbies. It's the one thing they can always nail, the sheer potential of a game. Ever since that cinematic trailer dropped, I've just been crazy about the world they're building. Who are these runners? Who are the factions? What happened to the colony? It led to me deep diving into a bunch of lore videos. It's making me feel the same way that I felt the first time I picked up Halo, looked up into the sky and saw that Halo ring. I want Marathon to succeed, not because I know it's gonna be a fun game, but because I know this studio can deliver more than just a game. And I really feel that like in the current space it falls in, it can really succeed. Games like Arc Raiders and Tarkov don't have the level of world building that Bungie puts into their games. All the details that they've been giving us just go to show that Marathon can fill a gap that's been created by Arc Raiders and Tarkov. A competitive extraction shooter that doesn't rely on realism to draw in its players. Arc Raiders is a fun, mostly casual game, while Tarkov is a kick to the balls. Marathon is something I think a lot of players can get drawn into from both games. We as players are gonna wanna keep coming back to the game, not just because it's fun, but because we want to know more about this world and what's going to happen to it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm brimming with hope. But in the back of my head is that nugget of doubt, probably from Destiny trauma. If they hit all the right spots, Marathon could be one of the top games of the year. I will also be streaming it through the entire playtest weekend and as soon as it drops. So be sure to catch me at ChomuEXE Twitch. That channel link will be in the description. Appreciate you guys, and you know, let's just have some fun. Bye.